All right, our special guest today. I feel like we've been here, done that, don't you?
We do.
Our special guest is Will Webb, who is the executive director of the Charlotte Sports Foundation. And again, we got some great things to talk about. Charlotte has got a lot of great things going on in the sports world. I know my family probably hates you because I'm gone 5 nights a week up there covering games and all. I live in Spartanburg, and I could drive I-85 with my eyes closed, and many a night I do going back.
Well, we're glad you're coming.
So, but you got, for a sports lover, Charlotte's got everything you want up there.
Well, we've got great professional football, professional baseball, professional basketball, soccer may be coming. We've got lacrosse, a little bit of everything. UNC Charlotte's got a great program. Davidson's still got a good basketball program particularly. So a lot of really good things happening.
Well, we want to hit on a lot of these things because I want people to know that, right up the road from Spartanburg is opportunity. If you love sports, there's a lot of great events. We got one coming up to kick off football season, the Battle of the Carolinas.
It's a belt kickoff game on September 3, Carolina versus Carolina.
And Carolina will win.
One of them will win.
I know a lot of people, those of us in South Carolina are saying the Garnet one is going to come up victorious, though. But this is great, I think, because these two teams used to, when they played in the ACC, they used to hate each other. I was a basketball coach and huge player, and I know South Carolina with Frank McGuire down there, and North Carolina with Dean Smith. Those were bloody battles right there, though. But it's kind of neat that with South Carolina dropping out of the ACC, that the two teams don't get to play a whole lot, to get them together again and renew that rivalry up there to open the football.
And with the scope of their fan bases, this is an equidistant game. Hopefully the crowd will be 50-50, maybe a little off there, but it's an easy drive for both fan bases. It's a 6 o'clock kick. It's a Thursday night, so they still have all their Labor Day weekend left. We're looking forward to a great event.
The game is on national TV, and even though South Carolina is the home team, it's on a neutral field for both teams.
It's on a neutral field.
So that should be one that I know I will be there, looking forward to that one, though. And I know a lot of people in the state of South Carolina, a lot of South Carolina people where I live are already talking about that game, kind of anxious, because that can probably be a game that sets the tone for the winner of that team.
Well, it certainly will help the winner. It won't be a season ender for the loser. They can certainly recover. But for whoever wins this game, winning a major Power 5 conference puts them on the upswing for the rest of the season.
Okay. The next event coming up, I think, has been great, and I like this, the home of the ACC championship football game. And I think that your group up there has done a great job of hosting that. I've enjoyed covering that. You've got a lot of great events that go on in the area, but talk a little bit about the ACC championship game in Charlotte.
Well, we're delighted to have it. We think it's hopefully found a long-term in December. And it's going to be 7:45 or 8 o'clock. We'll find out later in the season what time it'll kick off. But we've had some great crowds. Florida State went on to win a national championship a couple of years ago. And either way, I think the ACC this year is going to be very good in football. And it's going to be a really interesting season, and I think a great championship game.
Well, great game last year that everybody pretty much said that Georgia Tech didn't have a chance against Florida State. Was it 38-35 or a 2-point game, 3-point game? But it went right down to the very end. And again, though, but very exciting game.
A very exciting game, and I think Clemson's going to be in the mix this year. Certainly, Florida State's going to be in the mix. The coastal side is. I'm going to be interested to see who the media picks. I think they could pick any of the 7 and probably not be too far off.
Right. I'm seeing Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech, I think, is the two they've talked the most about.
And don't discount Duke. They've been playing some very good football. North Carolina, I think, has the makings of a good team, a lot of good athletes, new defensive coordinator. Virginia's got a very good defense. We'll see how their offense performs. And Pitt's got a brand new coach.
And I'm going to throw a sleeper in out of the other division, Louisville. With the defense they've got, that's going to keep them in a lot of games this year, too.
We had Louisville in last year's Belk Ball.
Right.
And played Georgia, good game. Coach Petrino's back, and he's got that program going in the right direction.
And again, not only do you do a great job with the game, but the ACC banquet the night before. I love coming up there for that. The banquet, y'all run a first-class awards banquet for the ACC football awards, But Charlotte's just got the facilities up there to host, big events like that.
Well, everything's changed. Everything used to be spread out. Now we've got the best, I think, open-air football stadium in the NFL. We've got a great AAA ballpark a block away. 6 blocks over, we've got the Time Warner Cable Arena, which is a state-of-the-art NBA arena. And then also close by is a convention center. So we've got a little bit of everything right there. Provides great logistics for our fans.
The Belk Bowl took a huge step last year to where now you've got a big rivalry, ACC-SEC rivalry game where you're going to take a team from both conferences. And again, to me, that I just think that's great being able to put that together with a facility you've got the events with the racetrack and all the other things up there. Though that to me was a great move on the ballpark.
Getting elevated pick in the ACC and then bringing in the SEC has really taken that bowl and put it in the top position. So we're very excited about that. Look forward to another good year. Last year was our first year with 2 top 20 teams. Georgia Louisville was number 6th, I think, highest rated game of the year. So we were very pleased.
Well, I actually got to go down the field and meet Uga. I got to pet
You
Uga.
did?
Yes, I did. Uga was nice.
He didn't bite you?
Didn't bite me, no. And I was a Gamecock, too, and he still didn't
Oh.
bite me, though. But he was very nice. But I went down the sidelines and went over and made friends with Uga. So that's probably the only Bulldog that I like. But Uga himself, though. But I'm just kidding. I like Mark Rick. I think he's a super coach, though. But that was a outstanding bowl game last year that you had right there, too. But you're not just sitting on having the SEC, ACC, though. Talk a little bit about what you've done as far as putting in, for a national playoff bid that you've got.
Well, our board met and decided that Charlotte was at a point now where it could host a major game like the national championship, and we have put in a bid to have that. There are 9 cities bidding for 3 different years, so 3 people are going to go away happy and 6 are going to be disappointed. We're hoping one of the 3, but we're going to see where it goes.
When will you know what the results are?
Quick.
We'll keep our fingers crossed on that, though. That would be great.
We will.
Too.
Charlotte's grown so much that we now have the hotel capacity, and our logistics and operations where fans can get there, park the car, take a cab from the airport in. They don't have to get back in a car. They can walk out 160 bars and restaurants within walking distance. Time Warner Cable Arena is within walking distance. Football stadium, Bank of America Stadium is right there in walking distance. It's a great setup.
It's just fun. I mean, you got the own street concerts that you pull in there, though. It's just a great thing to go to. Not only a football game, but you've got the little village with all the different things. It's a fun outing to go to, in general.
We want it to be a fun event for players, teams, fans, and coaches.
Okay. Well, as if Charlotte wasn't already doing enough, a big announcement that I was at a couple of weeks ago, you're bringing the NBA All-Star Game to Charlotte in 2017, and wow. I mean, a lot of people say, well, yeah, it's a week's worth of activities with your slam dunk. A lot of people say, well, just that game, and think that, though. But you've got a lot of things to plan and a lot of activities that will be going on all week long.
That's a huge event. That's another feather in the cap for Charlotte. Took a collaborative effort with the Hornets, the CRVA, Visit Charlotte. A lot of people were instrumental in doing that. But, again, that's another signature event that we can say we can host these big events. And that is a week-long event. Should pump $100+ million into the economy.
Wow.
And will bring the spotlight of the basketball world to Charlotte that week.
Now, just recently, baseball team got a beautiful stadium, BB&T Stadium downtown right there. And I think since they've moved downtown, I planned on trying to cover a couple of games or go up to a couple of games, and they've been selling those games out left and right, haven't they?
They set an attendance record last year for AAA baseball. They're great crowds every night. It's a wonderful venue. It's easy to get to. Parking's convenient, and it's just a fabulous facility. And the view at night with the buildings from downtown Charlotte and in the outfield, it's really spectacular.
Any plans, long range or anything, about possibly trying to put in a bid for a professional baseball team, major league team in Charlotte?
Well, that sort of came out of left field. It could have come out of right field.
No
but
pun
it was one of those fields last week. Our AAA ballpark is only in its second year. I don't see anything in the coming years, but you just never know. Our growth in Charlotte has been explosive. It's one of the fastest growing cities in America. So as that demographic changes, we'll look down the field, but I don't see anything in the next few years.
Okay, I was just wondering, you have pro basketball, you have pro football, you have NASCAR right there. That with Charlotte, I know you did. I'm sure the Charlotte area could well fill and
we
be able to do
would
that.
love to look at it when the time is right. We just got to be sure the time is right, because you want to be able to support and make sure that the team is successful
Right.
if you bring one in.
And right now your team is an affiliate with the White Sox. Is that correct? Right there, the AAA team with there. All right. What have I left out? I mean, it's hard to keep up. Y'all are doing so many great things.
2019, we've got the ACC basketball tournament coming, so we're looking forward to that.
I will be them. I got to write that down, Coach Tony. We will be there to ACC basketball.
2019.
2019.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the old folks' home by then. You can come see me, and we'll talk about it.
We'll come by pick you up. You fit right in with us. We'll be in that home too, though. But because we were up there. We actually came to you this past year. You hosted the regionals up
NCAA.
there. We were there. And matter of fact, we even latched on with Duke, and I went all the way with them and got to go with them and cut the nets down up there, though. So we covered that, though. But, again, we always have come up there. I've enjoyed that. We have been Charlotte, the old Hornets and the old Coliseum over there, that we have been around for a long time, though, with the sports up there.
Well, Charlotte is really becoming a sports city, and we're very pleased to be in that position and appreciate the support. Takes the media, takes the fans, takes private-public partnerships, and everything works.
Well, we appreciate you and everything that you've done. Again, Will Webb, who has been our special guest today, is the Executive Director of the Charlotte Sports Foundation. And, again, thank you for all you've done for the people in that area. And like we say, I like that what Jerry Richardson did, that he considers that the team up there of being for two Carolinas up there. And so we're going to make that drive up I-85 again, and I can make it up there in an hour and 4 minutes.
There are a lot of Panther fans that live in Spartanburg, the Greenville area, Columbia. A lot of Gamecock fans, and we look forward to seeing all those fans in Charlotte this year.
We will be up there to see you on Thursday night in the Battle of the Carolinas.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us today.
Bye-bye.